All right, I figured I'd do another follow-up video from my last one. So this is a little more show and tell of the rural area. And this goes back to like my original creation of the channel. So like it was and still is empower the impoverished, help them find financial freedom through crypto assets. And when you come out to places like this, you see that the average person would have no idea about crypto and investing or anything like that. Like I made the statement before a while back when I was talking to you guys about investing opportunities out here in these remote areas. And if you were to give someone out here $500 to $1,000 USD, they would actually invest it in a cow or a pig, something that they can get money from if they raise it or sell it. So that's an appreciating asset for them. They don't understand the concept of even investing in a certificate of deposit or savings account, interest, anything like that. Like that is so foreign. And then to make that leap to cryptocurrency, yeah, it just makes absolutely no sense. So there's so many hurdles to bridge. And I think businesses like Gen3, Samson Mao, and I forgot a few others, even Binance does it, where they're trying to educate people in these kinds of areas. But man, it takes so much time and effort to do so. And you have to find some way to bridge that gap. So I don't really know what that is, but when you look at that statistic that 60% of the world's population is impoverished, which means they make less than $10 a day USD, this is what that looks like. People living in rural areas like this where day-to-day life is just farming and whatever you can acquire for yourself to eat for that day, that's what you do. And they have large farms out here, as you can see, so they are selling some of this, but for a full day's worth of work, like you see some guys out there in the farm and here, yeah, they're still barely maybe getting that $10 a day. So I think he's sowing the rice field right now. So I think, yeah, we'll be going into another rice season later this year. And there's, I don't have it right now, but a small cow farm near where I'm staying. But the bulk of this is just agriculture and kind of manual labor. That's it. So there's so many opportunities for crypto to reach more people globally. But the bulk of those people are doing things like this. So we got a long ways to go. I'll cut till I get to the next village and show you what that looks like. So we're coming up on one of the other smaller villages, and you can see that there's some really nice upgraded houses. Like this one has solar, concrete, nice Buddha statue out front. And then we'll come to like next door neighbors that are still developing. So like you see a tin roof shack there and some other ones down here. This is a brand new convenience store and a barbershop. All right, here we are inside one of the other villages, or more inside, I guess you could say. So what happens a lot of times is they have the old style metal tin roof kind of shack, and then they end up upgrading to concrete after, you know, make a little money and things of that nature, or depending on how long it's been here. But you'll still have some of the older style sheds that are still here. So it just all depends on what your family does for income. And then some of them will still be kind of fixed together with just regular wood, like not even lumber, treated lumber, or processed lumber, I should say, but actually just with like tree. So this is actually a decent neighborhood, to be honest, compared to some of the other ones I've seen. It's more developed, more upgraded. So it's actually not that bad. Everybody's got a concrete house for the most part. but you can still see some old structures sitting there. And they got a new, this convenience store I showed you just being built. So someone out here is wealthy enough to develop this entire little area that'll service that whole little community I just passed by. And even a little gas station up here. But I think to build a house out here, when I was talking to my dad, might be concrete and all, something that size might cost you around 30,000 US dollars. And something older, more rural, primitive, half the price. So all concrete, all tile inside, it's gonna round you, 20 to 30K, which, you ain't gonna find a house like that in the US. And you'll have electricity and running water. They have kind of a local water system out here. You can also dig a well and use a electric pump and get that to your house as well. But they do have electricity, Wi-Fi, and running water. So you may be kind of remote, but you still have the standard amenities. So it's not bad. It just depends on what your lifestyle is. But again, if you're looking to retire on Bitcoin, then you can definitely you can live out here if you already had the house paid for, probably for about, I'd say $200 to $300 a month for everything. That includes your food, your Wi-Fi, your water, everything you would need to just live day to day. So that's a huge, huge discount compared to living in a city and paying for, rent and all the other amenities that come in a city. But it all depends on, again, what your preferences are. All right. This is Staying Humble, Stacking Sats, episode 2. Catch you guys later.